Honestly, he's probably my favorite player to watch, and I think he's the best player in the world. Run two at him, he's going to make the right play, he's going to find the right pass. There's not many big players that can make the pass, make the right read, and he does it every single time, every single game. I think that's what I love about him. You know, obviously he has the scoring, but a lot of times you go and check the box score, you watch the game, he's taking 5 shots in the first half, but he has 12 assists. So no matter what the other team does, he's going to find a way to tear you apart.
But here's the real question that's about to shock the basketball world. Was so interesting, Caitlin, because when I heard the Joker talking about his injury and missing an extended period of time, I immediately thought about you as well, since you've experienced that situation before. The first time it happened was last season, so returning from something like that can really test a player. Watching how the Joker came back and is now averaging almost a triple-double again while leading the NBA in that category.
Like what your familiarity is with her, if you've kind of kept up with her.
We have the same agent. That's why she said it.
Is incredible. It raises the question of how difficult it is to return to that type of form after being out for a while. Well, I think your greatest ability is your availability, and that's something you truly understand when you're forced to sit on the bench and watch the game instead of playing it. At the same time, that experience teaches you a completely different aspect of leadership and what it means to be a great teammate. Still, he clearly didn't miss a beat. Everyone knew he was going to do everything possible to get back to playing at his highest level. And honestly, there aren't many players who can average a triple-double.
It's so interesting, Caitlin, because when I heard the Joker talking about his injury, missing an extended period of time, I thought about you too, because you've been through that, and the first time it happened was last season. So just returning and seeing how the Joker now averaging almost a triple-double, leading the NBA in it, how is it hard to return back to that type of form?
Well, I think your greatest ability is your availability, and you certainly learn that when you're sitting on the bench, but I also think it teaches you a different aspect of leadership and being a great teammate, but he certainly didn't miss a beat. I think everybody knew he was going to do everything he could to get back, and I mean, there's not many people that average a triple-double, let alone you're lucky enough to get maybe a couple of those in a season. He's done
if they record a few in an entire season. He's managed to do something far beyond that. She talked about how Jokic returned from a month-long injury absence and immediately began averaging a triple-double again. She explained how rare it is for a player to get even a couple of triple-doubles in one season, let alone maintain that level consistently throughout an entire year. Jokic has managed to do that for multiple seasons in a row. Then she made a major statement. She said Jokic is probably her favorite player to watch and that she believes he is the best player in the world. That's a pretty significant endorsement. Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest names in basketball right now. She's widely considered the face of the WNBA and has massive cultural influence across the sports world. When she says so like that on national television, people notice.
I saw that Caitlin Clark said earlier that you're her favorite player to watch in the NBA. I'm just curious if, like, what your familiarity is with her, if you've kind of kept up with her.
We have the same agent. That's why she said it.
Naturally, reporters wanted to know what Jokic thought about receiving that kind of praise from someone with Clark's level of recognition. And Jokic's response was simple. We have the same agent. That's why she said it. Absolutely perfect, Jokic. No gratitude, no humility. And no, that's very nice of her to say. Instead, he gave a completely matter-of-fact explanation that reduced the compliment to a simple business relationship. It was classic Jokic behavior. The man almost seems allergic to taking compliments seriously. Now here's what makes it even funnier. Jokic isn't technically wrong. They actually do share the same agent. But that's obviously not the reason Caitlin Clark called him the best player in the world on national television. She said it because she genuinely believes it. She watches basketball and understands the game at an elite level. She recognizes greatness when she sees it. And what she sees is Jokic doing things on a basketball court that almost nobody else can do, but Jokic heard the compliment and his immediate reaction was to deflect it in the most awkward way possible. Not by being humble and saying he's just trying to help his team win. Not by acknowledging Clark's incredible talent and saying the compliment means a lot coming from someone like her. Instead, he went straight to saying they share the same agent, as if the entire thing must have been some coordinated public relations move. The internet immediately had a field day with that response because it's such a Jokic thing to say. This is a man who has won 3 MVP awards and still behaves as if being great at basketball is just something he has to tolerate between trips back to Serbia to spend time with his horses. He doesn't care about fame, attention, or compliments. He simply wants to play basketball, collect his stats, win games, and go home. So when someone as famous as Caitlin Clark goes on national television and calls, basketball fans love moments when two stars from different leagues show respect for each other. And recently that moment came when Caitlin Clark openly praised Nikola Jokic on national television. During a discussion about injuries and returning to elite form, Clark reflected on how difficult it can be for athletes to come back after missing time. When she heard people talking about Jokic dealing with injuries and still dominating the league, it reminded her of her own experiences. She explained that when players sit on the bench and watch games instead of playing, they begin to realize something important about professional sports. Your greatest ability is availability. Being able to stay on the court and compete consistently is one of the most valuable qualities any athlete can have. Clark pointed out that time away from the game can also teach players something deeper about leadership. When you are injured, you are forced to support teammates in different ways. Instead of leading through performance, you lead through encouragement, communication, and energy. But when Jokic returned from his injury absence, he didn't just come back slowly trying to find his rhythm again. He returned playing at an MVP level almost immediately. In fact, he started averaging numbers close to a triple-double once again. That kind of performance shocked many people because returning from injury usually takes time. Clark emphasized how rare triple-doubles actually are in professional basketball. Most players might record a few in an entire season if they are lucky. But Jokic has managed to average numbers close to a triple-double across entire seasons. That level of consistency is almost unheard of. It shows not only talent but also an incredible understanding of the game. Then Clark made a statement that immediately caught everyone's attention. She said Jokic is probably her favorite player to watch and that she believes he is the best basketball player in the world right now.